I've streamed with my headset. So I was like, why not? Oh, what have I done? Oh yeah, I got my Dragoon to level 80. This is an achievement. And I can finally use my, well, the coolest move, Stardiver. Exciting. Exciting indeed. Life of the Dragon. I think that's... Wait, what is... This one, yeah. So if I use that, fills the, or if the gauges fill, I guess, that would be another ability that I can use. Either way, back to MSQ, because I really need to get on with it. And I hope I can level up my Dragoon and Red Mage via the MSQ. I'm not sure if I'm too underleveled to gain the EXP from this, so we'll see. Jumping in. Oh. Who? Wait. Who stayed behind us? Oh. I would totally be reading this right now, but I'm kind of sick. I should change my armor so I don't match with Istinian, but you know. Oh well. I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank. I can't recall who this friend might be for some reason. Okie dokie. I'm gonna glam myself up a little bit. Wait, what? I didn't know you could wear that as a Dragoon. This one. I do love the classic Dragoon armor so much. Yes. Nice. And then update your portrait, folks. Don't forget to do that. I'm eating Nidhogg's eyeball. Alright. For the life of me, I can never navigate this place. I don't know why. I'll find it eventually. I'm gonna just make a guess here. I think I ended up in the wrong spot. Wait, no, there's no arrow to go down, so I am in the right spot. Maybe. The heck? Okay, cool. We made the right choice. I see Tinian, so that is correct. Oh, I don't want to be mean, but they're kind of. Oh, Ehrenwald, yes, 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 yes. Oh yeah, Fordola's there, so.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
No, let us in. Bruh.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Uh-oh, don't slap him. Oh.
Could have what?
Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
Well, way to lay that down lightly, I suppose.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! You need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
Oh my.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better, and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Oh, I feel so bad for her, man.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Man, okay. spiky boys.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless say.
Oh, I see what's
It is
happening.
now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Oh, what?
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak. Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now.
Well, we all know that's not
After
gonna
all,
fly.
it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support
Nice.
to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Why is everyone looking at me? I have social anxiety. Oh, the temptation to read is super strong right now, but I know my voice sounds very funny, so... I agree, actually. Oh, Alpha, no. He has a big heart. No one likes seeing Alphino sad. I know, Estinian's gonna run into the hills. The pressure. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Baldazar. I love him because they don't even hide the fact that he's just super awkward and socially awkward. He's just like me for real. Return to the Rising Stones. Oh. Cryle and Tataru.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Finally get to go to Sharlayan?
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
Oh yes they could.
I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
Yeah, I've been skeptical since the very beginning.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Do I actually have to guess this correctly? Because I don't remember.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the first, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
Nope.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light.
Don't talk about this now. She's
to
gonna
our
hear
knowledge,
me.
However, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Zodiark and Hydaelyn.
Might not the explanation
Not black
for
and
that
white,
lie with
black
her
and
choice
white,
of champion?
etc.
Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
Okay. So, since... I don't know, since that time that Emmett was in the cave and he was explaining all the history of Zodiark and Hydaelyn, that's the moment everyone should have been like, this is all whack, and believing in one or the other is essentially doom in its own, like, I don't know, so the first was corrupted by light, so that's enough to be like red flag, red flag. Meanwhile, this one is slowly, they're trying to corrupt it via, I don't even know, man. There's some, like...
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn.
Yes.
It was Minfilia herself.
That is, yes. Because... Interesting. Alright, okay, cool. I'm just trying to...
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again. Will you join us?
Pressure, pressure. Don't say no to your brother.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing.
Bro, they're so right. Someone on Discord mentioned that Nidhogg destroyed his vocal cords, and I'm like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Dude did scream a lot.
I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
He's so happy. Oh, and he is too. Graha the fanboy.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
Oh, we don't get to go to Charlian yet? I guess not. She was saying she's going alone.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Charlian, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Farewell, Kryl. Shizum. Man, there's so many elves in this group, I just kind of noticed. 2 cats. 1 human. Or here. Well, I guess 2 if Reen is counted, but she's kind of in the first, so. Oh. Xenos' sword collection. Man has a hobby. I love that for him. How strong? That must be like... If he's sticking it into cement or something below that? I don't know. Hello.
Well...
Oh!
Does this one meet with your approval?
Yes! It's the theater kid! I love this dude! Oh! Oh!
Apparently not. Or... could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the
Here he
chances of us
goes.
being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use.
I love his voice actor so much.
Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
For real? What is happening here? Why does he... Oh, he's a hoarder. The hoarder of the weapons.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Oh?
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Oh? Okay. Hello, Tataru. I'm gonna try reading because I think I'm okay. Well, looks like I'm going to have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm. Which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, then you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb, like poor Ehrenwald. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to complete shambles, now would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Oh. Alright, freaking... Ouch. Ah! The company we keep. I'm gonna have to do that because I'm not fast enough. You're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Horay, Boulder, and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going even better than expected, encouraged by Ulda's progress with the Amaljan. Gridania has opened negotiation with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telafroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in El Amigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments, and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telafroi, and concert with our new allies, the Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all of the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but may happen expedient one, I guess, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady, and for their part I am told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions, too, are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Ooh, can I go to the menagerie yet? I know that it said something, like when I finished the fight with Xenos, it said you are now able to enter the menagerie, but I have not been able to enter the menagerie. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? Oh, I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you? All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree, but by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Aimeric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with the holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? You don't want to see your friends? Rude. Rude. I love that you're able to fly here. Honestly. I think this is gonna be voice acted, so I'm gonna rush and get something quick. I'm gonna mute myself while this rolls, so I can eat.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
The faces.
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little quickly will outdo, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We, Sahagin, will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We, Amalja, would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
Yes, sir.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
No. Oh no. Do I actually get to name it? Or is it just gonna give me, like, one option? I would call it one moment, please.
Might I suggest the Grand Company of Eorzea?
Ah, dang
I remember
it.
a certain someone pondering it once upon a time, and it seems as fitting a name as any.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
Are you sure?
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Don't cry, Alfino. It is fine to cry, actually. Overwhelmed crying. Brother. Sniffle, sniffle. Sniffle, sniffle, sniffle. That's all I've been doing all day. Oops. Hi, you're stolen. I didn't mean to. Ugh. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was heartened, as heartened as anyone to see the people of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Yes, Mother? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Oh, snort, snort. Ding, ding, Oh yeah, I'm also kind of drawing in between and sniffling. Y'all ever, the one struggle about doing art sometimes for me is there's this like thing called extract line drawing. So like when you've drawn on the wrong layer or something like that, you can sometimes use that to put them on the right layer, or, you know, merge layers, all that stuff. But once it's created, once the color's on the same layer, it's like, oh no. And the only way I figured out how to fix that is, well, without undoing 100 billion times, is usually to just extract it and start over. But anyway, many and more. Someone's coming here. The seeds here. Elder Seeds here. How might we be of service? I seek Master Alphinaud's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ashcrown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their tasks effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphinaud. I know that it was with painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhaps I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance, for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. The Crystal Braves wasn't exactly a failure, Alphinaud. Pat pat. You have my gratitude, Master Alphinaud, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telafroy and flourish. Until we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes. Well, I shall be grateful for your help, grudging or not. god, my throat. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account for the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. So, what's the plan, brother? Brother mine? What? I was gonna say brother of mine, but no, brother mine. Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after the fateful day in Ulda, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might be later referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to be the most crucial question, namely, why after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new grand company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when these bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes, but the question I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riol and Eliane. Word. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Orions. Let us seek them out there. Bro, this guy remembers so much things. Oh, I can teleport. Woohoo! Oh, this guy. Yeah, of course. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a matter of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As Riel will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. From my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I had hoped to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause so long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, You took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but to try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for my own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with my old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time goes on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. That Ore Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all got something to offer. And not one of us doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me. Could you... Well, it's founding ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intention, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forget Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function was all well thanks in large to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion, refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Bye! A shared purpose. Well, I think we have taken up enough time of our... oh my goodness, I'm so dyslexic. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. I love that they now actually emote, saying, like, goodbye. It was kind of just like they walked away half the time. And to old Gridania we go. Actually, it's good. I'm going there. I need to check the office. The Serpent's office. I must be almost done doing Shadowbringers, no? Nope, I have probably about 15 more to go, like little things. I think tonight I'm going to do a whole bunch of the Titania trial because I'm trying to get a butterfly. Very wishful. Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Don't cry, Alphino, it's okay. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings for my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solus and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. I shall... Wait, Solus. Okay. Wait, is that the... That's not the Conjurer Guild, is it? It is. Is that part of my... I'm done my White Mage quest, am I not? If I have any more abilities to unlock, I'm gonna cry. Okay, no, I did them all. Cool. White Mage is definitely my favorite class. But Dragoon... Okay, all the ones I have here are my favorite classes, obviously, because I've been spamming leveling them up. And Dark Knight is fun, I just haven't gotten very far on it yet. The only ones I have left to unlock is Scholar, Mechanist, and Black Mage. So I have a lot to do. Really. I'm surprised that I actually have quite a bit of levels on these dudes. The Marauder, I did that to become a Dragoon, that's right. Alright, I'm gonna check out the store first. I love Gridania so much. I know in 5 years I'm gonna cry when I hear the music, because it's where I started this game. My first thought when I started this game was like, this is so Lord of the Rings! The music right now is 100% the Shire. Oops. I'm trying to catch one of these. They're so expensive. But I hope to get the butterfly. I know this game has inspo from Lord of the Rings because there's been a few quests that have been named after chapters of Lord of the Rings. And especially this whole place is definitely inspired by the Shire, for sure, for sure. I need to get more Dragoon armor. I like to try them on first, though. So, ew, that's kind of nice. Oh, that's pretty. This one, I kind of vibe with it. Wait, I'm level 80. I can go to the Crystarium quickly and get... Oops, if I have Allegan Tombstones. I can get the level 80 here. RIP my inventory space though, holy shit. Oh yeah, my face when I figured out that the Red Mage gear, the level 80 Red Mage gear from the Crystarium was Fandaniel's outfit. Ah! Scream. Before I even do this, do I have space? Ugh, I need to sell stuff so badly. Okay, I have space. Just enough. Oof. My issue is I don't want to get rid of something if I'm going to try to level up another class, because I usually need it badly. Yeah, this stuff might be the best next year. Okay. What about the other one? What's this? This is the one I'm looking for. Oh. I definitely have enough. I possess it already. Okay, cool. I do. I do? Oh. Oh, let's go. That's kind of funny. I need to reglam it. Shadowless Mask of Aiming. Ooh, what is this? Oh, little horns. I love it. I don't want to look like my Reaper. I want to have a unique outfit. I guess this one, because I haven't really had a... I'm gonna keep wearing this one until I can find something else. I hope there's dyeable Draken armor so badly. I don't know if there is, though. Lakeland gauntlets. Nice. Oh, it's so strange to not have the arm pieces, but I kind of dig it. I don't know why. The witch's gloves. Okay. Do I want these? Yes, I do. I love the Dragoon armor so badly. Okay, now. What does my Reaper have? Really? Shadow's trousers. Bunny sheath tights. Yeah, those work. I probably won't be able to see them, that's fine. Don't need to see them. What is happening here? Some confusion. What if I dye those blue? Wait. There they are. Yeah, it's subtle. That's good. That's all I needed anyway. Nice. Feels good to have higher level index thing. Okay. I must fix this up. If I do that black, would that look okay? Oh man. Sweet. Woohoo! We are strong Dragoon now. Okay, I'm gonna end this here and then start a new one.